Hey, so yesterday the students in 2JK started learning about the bar model. We learned that when you're trying to represent a number, you can also represent it using this visual of a bar. Today we're going to be learning about how to find the answer to a bar model if we don't have the total or we don't have the whole. And we're also going to be learning about how to solve a bar model when we don't have one of the parts. So I'm going to start with the part-whole, where we're trying to find the answer for the whole. Yesterday we talked about how you can also use the number bond to help you answer these questions. So in a number bond, when you have your two parts that go into your whole, it would be 145 and 100 for both parts. And we're trying to find what 145 plus 100 will equal. So what I'm going to do is write down my facts alongside of my number bond so that I can visually see and make the connection to which problem is easiest to solve. So I have 145 plus 100 equals, I could also do 100 plus 145, and then with the whole, since I don't know the whole, it's going to be hard for me to do a subtraction problem. So I could say something minus 145 will equal 100, or I could say something minus 100 will give me 145. So when I'm looking at all of these facts, I notice that the addition problems are easiest for me to solve. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to choose one of the facts. For me, I always like to put the bigger number on first, so I'm going to put 145 plus 100 to see what my whole is. So when I'm adding, I look at the ones first. I know that 5 ones plus 0 ones will give me 5 ones. 4 tens plus 0 tens will give me 4 tens, and 100 plus 100 will give me 200. So now when I'm looking at it, I know that my whole is going to be 245. So any place that I see a question mark, I know that 245 will go. That is easier than solving for one of the parts. So now let's take a look at how to solve for a part that may be missing. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to draw my number bond. So I have part, whole. And I know that one of my parts is missing. I don't know what that is. So I'm going to put a question mark inside of one of the parts. And I know that another part is equal to 143. And my whole is 236. So again, just like I did the first model, I'm going to solve for my facts. So one of my facts, I know that something plus 143 will give me 236. And again, 143 plus something will give me 236. Now I have to do the subtraction facts. So I know what my whole is now. So I'm going to write my whole down first. 236 minus something will give me 143, and 236 minus 143 will give me something. So as I'm looking at all of these facts, I notice that 236 minus 143 is going to be the easiest one for me to solve. So I'm going to write that fact the super smart second grader way. 236 minus 143, and I'm going to solve for my other part. So I have my part representing the question mark in each of these facts. Now this will be my question mark, which in turn makes it my other part. So I'm looking at my problem and I notice that 6 is larger, so I can take 3 away. So 6 minus 3 will give me 3. In the tens place, I notice that the 4 in the tens place is larger than 3 in 236. I can't take 4 away from 3. So what I have to do is cross out the 2, make it a 1, and bring 10 tens over to the tens place. So that makes it 13 tens. So now I have 13 tens minus 4 tens, and that will give me 9 tens. Now I'm looking at the hundreds place, and I know that 100 minus 100 gives me 0 hundreds. So my missing part is 93. So every time I see a question mark for this problem, I'm going to replace that with 93. It's really important that every time your child is doing a bar model with a missing part, that they are writing their number bond and all of their facts to go with it. This will help them figure out which fact is easiest for them to solve. They'll then put that the super smart second grader way and solve for the part. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to call.